Prime Day's here, and if you sew, this is the time to stock up. I've gone through all of the deals and pulled together the ones that are actually worth your time, your money, and worth adding to your sewing setup. Some are staples that are worth grabbing while they're discounted, and others are items that I truly love and recommend whether they're on sale or not. I've pulled together this list to give you value at every stage of your Prime Day shopping. I've broken it down into 3 quick sections. First, a few general categories where I'm seeing some solid deals. Then, specific products that are on sale right now and just happen to be products I genuinely recommend. And finally, a handful of supplies that I love. They're not discounted yet, but they're absolutely worth watching for during the sale. Now, you'll find everything mentioned in the video linked below, so no need to take notes. And I've also built a dedicated Prime Day 2025 list on my Amazon storefront with even more deals, including the general items and categories I mentioned today. I'll be updating the list throughout the sale period, so feel free to bookmark it and check back. Now, let's jump in. First on our list of general items is sewing machines. I'm seeing several sewing machines on sale already, so if you're looking for one, now's a good time to grab one, especially if you're shopping on a budget. But before you buy, I recommend checking out my video on how to choose the best sewing machine for you. I'll link it here. It walks you through what to look for and how to figure out what you actually need. Once you've got that sorted out, you can look at the sale list and see if any of the deals fit. Second on our list is fabric. It's great for bundles, cotton packs, lace, and other unique finds at a discount. Look especially for coordinated bundles of fabric or fat quarter packs. I've also seen some lace and chiffon sold by the bolt at a really nice discounted price. You never know what you might find. To find the fabric deals, I recommend that you search Prime Day deals and use the sorting function on the left side of the page to narrow down to fabric. And I know what you're gonna say, no, Amazon's not where you go for couture fabric. But for budget-friendly bundles or fun finds on sale, it's definitely worth a scroll. Especially if you're on a budget or you sew accessories and you're just looking for an affordable pack of fabric bundles to get you started. And third, we have sewing-related hardware. Things like snaps, swivel hooks, buttons, eyelets, strap adjusters, etc. It's a great time to grab some packs at a discounted price so you always have what you need. Check out the storefront for some specifics that I found. And fourth in this section is notions and embellishments. Things like ribbons, elastic, bias tape, and buttons, sequins, and other decorative pieces. I would especially check out the ribbon because there's a lot of ribbon on sale, and it's one of those things where the cost really adds up when you want more than one ribbon color. So if you want to stock up on multiple colors, now is definitely the time to check things out. I've linked anything from plain solid colors to lace-slit trim and everything in the storefront, so go check that out. Now, the last one in this section is sewing pins. I'm already seeing multicolored ballpoint pins and sparkly ones on sale, as well as some fun ones like buttons, butterflies, flowers, etc. If you need some or want an upgrade, now's the time to check them out. Now let's talk about some specific items I've spotted that are on sale that are worth grabbing. Now, first on our list is a multi-pack of zippers. A 100-piece pack of 8-inch zippers in assorted colors is currently on sale. I recommend stocking up with packs like this so that you always have any color you need on hand. That's why I got 2 packs, one 9-inch and one 14-inch. So that I always have whatever zipper I need whenever I need it, and I don't need to go to the store just to get one zipper to do a random project that I felt like doing on a random afternoon. Plus, it's more affordable in the long run to buy in bulk, especially if you think that you'll be doing a lot of projects that involve zippers. Zippers sold individually can add up pretty quickly. And if you're someone like me who sews zipper pouches and various other things all the time, then you're going to want what you need already on hand. Our second item on sale is the Singer Walking Foot. It's great for sewing multiple layers of fabric or thick fabrics because it helps pull the fabric along and keeps the top and the bottom layers when using multiple layers of fabric even. Just like the name suggests, it sort of looks like it's walking along the fabric instead of sliding, which helps thicker fabrics go more smoothly. Now, it's important to note this only works on a Singer machine and is compatible with certain Singer machines, so make sure that you check your specific machine model and see if this is compatible before you purchase. But if you are going to be sewing with thicker fabrics frequently, or doing a lot of quilting or multiple layers of fabric, this might be just the presser foot that you need to make things easier. It's often sold separately and rarely comes with your machine, so it's a good time to take advantage of the sale, especially since presser feet can be quite expensive individually. Next is nylon webbing. Right now, there's a 1-inch wide 50-yard package, much like this, that's on sale. It's great for straps on things like water bottle holders or even tote bags. If you make anything regularly where you think you're going to be using a lot of strap material, this bulk pack is more affordable and lasts longer. With a larger quantity like this, I get several water bottle holders and several bags out of it, as opposed to a 60-inch long pack where I only get maybe 1 or 2 uses out of it. It's high quality and flexible, and it'll last you for more than one project. The next item is fusible hemming tape. It's great to use for hems, edges of bags, and can also be used to help prevent fraying. It can be used as a temporary hold or a no-sew option. Generally, it's just a good thing to keep on hand, especially since it's on sale. And the last item in this section is the Singer Universal Hard Carrying Case. It's spacious, it protects the machine, it's great for storage or for travel. Before I got my sewing table, this case is where I stored my machine. And it's big enough to fit the machine, the power cord, the foot pedal, and the instruction manual all in there, and that's where I kept it before I got my table. But it's also great for travel. So if you're one of those people that takes your sewing machine with you, this is a great option. Also, I did drop it once accidentally. It was a very scary time, and the case protected it. Yay! Now I didn't drop it down the stairs or anything, so don't go crazy. It was just a couple feet, but the case did its job. It's also great as dust protection, again, when you don't have anywhere else to store your machine. It's really sturdy and it has strong fasteners. Okay, now for the stuff I really love. These aren't discounted right now, but if you see a deal, don't miss it. Now, first on our list is the Singer Steamcraft Plus iron. It's made with sewing in mind, which makes all the difference. It has this extra long tip for hard to reach places, and trust me, that comes in handy when you're pressing things. It gets really hot and it uses steam effectively without messing up the plate. It has a nice stainless steel plate, as you can see, which is not dotted with stains, which is something that I was struggling with 3 previous irons before this one. Also, it has your typical fabric temperature settings, but it doesn't auto shut off for 30 minutes, so it makes it easier to do longer sewing projects without having to worry about the iron cutting off every time you're about ready to use it. Next is the Fiskars 3-piece cutting set, which comes with the rotary cutter, an acrylic ruler, and a self-healing cutting mat. The rotary cutter, in my opinion, is way easier to use than scissors. You get cleaner, faster cuts just by running it along in a straight line without having to use that choppy scissors motion. Plus, this set together is a great deal for all 3. In addition to the ease of using the rotary cutter itself, the set helps with cutting efficiency. Plus, this is a great deal for all 3 because in order to use the rotary cutter, you need the self-healing cutting mat. And having the acrylic ruler with it just makes things a whole lot easier. I often use the ruler to line up against the edge of the fabric and run this rotary cutter along that, which helps ensure that my cuts are straight. Additionally, the ruler helps with measuring, especially on angles, and the self-healing cutting mat itself also has a grid measurement as well as 45-degree angles to help you cut. I've been using this set for about 10 years and I've only had to replace the blade on the rotary cutter a few times. It's a much more efficient way of cutting in my opinion, especially since you've got your whole measuring and cutting system in this one set. So if this goes on sale, I would definitely recommend checking it out. And next on our list is the Clover Wonder Clips. They're easier and way more efficient to use. They work on edges, so as long as you don't need to pin something in the middle of the fabric, they're a lot like using binder clips. You just slip them right on the edge and you're done. They don't distort the fabric like pins can sometimes because they just sit nicely on the edge of the fabric. They're made of really thick plastic made to withstand heat, so even if you use them right after you just pressed something, they're fine, they're not gonna melt. And while you definitely need pins, at least some of the time, when you don't need pins, these are definitely better. Trust me, once you use them, you'll love love them, and you won't go back to pins except for when you absolutely need them. And next on the list is this mini tabletop trash can. And this is probably one of the ones I'm most excited about right now, just because I recently got it and I'm just absolutely loving it. It's making my life so much better, and I really wish I'd gotten one sooner. So this baby trash can, as I'm calling it, is the perfect size for my sewing table, and it doesn't get in the way at all. It's only about 4.5 inches tall and about 4.5 inches in diameter. So as you can see, pretty tiny. I can almost fit my hands around the entire thing. It's got a swing top, and as you can see, there's plenty of room for fabric pieces and thread snippets in there. It keeps my table neat and clean, and I really like that because I used to just kind of collect the thread snippets over here in the corner, and then I would have a mess as I'm kind of working with fabric and they keep dragging across the table, sometimes ending up on the floor. And now I don't have a mess that I have to clean up later at all, because every time I snip those threads or trim a little piece of fabric off, it just goes in the bin. It's so satisfying for a neat freak. It definitely reduces cleanup time, and I'm just so excited about it. So if you don't have one, I would highly recommend getting one, even if it doesn't go on sale, but especially if it does go on sale. Now, the last one on our list is one of the ones that I probably recommend the most, and that's Thread Magic, which is essentially thread conditioner, and it's amazing. I really can't recommend it enough. I usually use it to condition the bobbin thread as it winds. You can just stick it on the top of your machine, slide the thread through the conditioner, through one of these slots, put the cap back on, and then the thread will run through the conditioner as the bobbin is wound. It eliminates tangles, which allows for smoother sewing. Before getting the thread conditioner, I used to have a lot of trouble with my bobbin thread getting tangled or caught, and I ran into situations with knots a little bit more frequently, but I haven't had that problem since I started using thread conditioner. It seems expensive, but it lasts a really long time. As you can see, I've put a couple of slots through here, but I've still got a ton of conditioner left. And right now I just keep reusing the same slots. Honestly, it prevents a lot of headaches. And it's also good if you need to hand sew something. And just like with the bobbin thread, it really prevents those tangles. So I'd highly recommend it, even if it doesn't go on sale. But thanks to everything else you got on sale, perhaps you can splurge a little bit on this one anyway. It is pretty amazing. Now, just as a reminder, you'll find all the specific products I mentioned linked in the description below. And everything, including general deals, is listed on my Amazon storefront, which is also linked below and in a pinned comment. I'll be updating that list throughout the Prime Day sale, so feel free to bookmark it and check back. Now, if this helped out, feel free to give it a like, and let me know in the comments if you found some other great deals that we should all check out. Happy shopping!